Holy cow. Lady Di literally came in at the very last second and saved the day. The very last second possible. Oh man. So I've been live for 5 minutes and I'm already in need of a new straw. Cause well, someone chose chaos. Anyway, happy Monday. Welcome. I hope you all are doing well and that you had a nice weekend. We will never know who it was. Never. Never. But welcome in, everybody. It is lovely to see you again. Artemis says it's lovely to see you all too. Holy cow. Here, let me not have those there. Oh, I missed you all too. So we have Captain Chaos and James, and I believe we have Queen Chaos.
Master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm?
Megan02 hug, Megan02 hug.
Hi, Cat. Welcome. You're gonna knock that off. So I'm trying to figure out what to make for the sale still. And I was kind of thinking, what do we think about doing maybe like one of the other creatures I made in a scrappy form? Like, what do we think about maybe a scrap elephant? Or a like a scrap kitty. Like, what do we think about maybe doing one of those? Oh, no worries. No worries, Kara. I hope that you
I'm an arts and crafts master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm?
Oh my goodness, Jackie, thank you so much for the 29 months. I appreciate that. Cat with the 30.
Chaos awoo. All the scrap friends.
All the scrap friends. And Calliope, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you all. Hi. What? Nice. That is a very nice percent. It's a very nice percent. It's just a silly number. I also thought...
I'm an arts and crafts master.
Oh my goodness!
I have this glue gun stuck to my arm.
Louise, thank you for the first time sub. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your emotes and your ad-free viewing.
Boo.
Boo. That was very delayed. Kate, thank you for the 100 bits. Boo bits. Hi, James. James, did you get my text? I think you were ignoring me, which is kind of rude.
I'm an arts and crafts master.
I was like,
I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm.
James, thank you for the 34 months and the 100 bits. Thank you. Yes, Artemis immediately claimed the straw as her own, and I was like, well, all right then. Holy cow. Level 2, 39%. Thank you all. Y'all missed chaos over the weekend, I see. Oh, so what I was going to say, before I got distracted by all of you being chaotic. So we were saying yes to a scrap elephant, but what do we think about a scrap gnome? Thank you. Here, do you want this one? Thanks. You got water on my computer! Punk. Is the woo-woos working? I'm not hearing them. A scrap gnome with a random colored beard. So I don't know. I guess that I could do a cotton beard. The woos are working. Okay, I'm hearing the other ones, but I wasn't hearing the woos. Hi Bandit, I'm good. How are you? Okay. As long as the woos are working. We're about to beat our last record. Okay, I don't know what... I think we're on level 2 still. 44%, 2 minutes. But I was thinking it could be really cute, and I have some, like, fleshy toned... Louise, thank you for the bits! Thank you all so much. I have, like, a skin tone that I could use for the gnome's face, but otherwise it would be random. Because I think it would be weird to have, like, a gnome with, like, a purple face. Or something like that. But we like the idea of Scrappy Gnome today. I've made a zombie gnome. I've made a whole series of spooky gnomes. And they were some of my favorite. I mean, I'd happily make more spooky gnomes. Happily. Karen, thank you for the 10 biddies. Thank you, thank you. We have a minute left on this train. If we make it to level 3, the gnome hat comes out. And we're close to sub sticker giveaway. But thank you all so much for coming in here and just being like, hello! We are here. Yeah. Chat really said chaos. We're here for it. Less than 30 seconds. She's lying down on that little knit stitch swatch I made. All right. Scrappy gnome time. If you got a new emote, be sure to share it. Thank you all so much for the hype train. I appreciate you and your support in this crazy dream called streaming. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at the little fish. Also, Georgina, zoom in. I didn't even see it. Okay. Scrappy gnome. Hi, girlie. Oh, shoot. I have to put your food down. I did a zoom. Because, yeah, the first chat, yeah. So it's great when it's those buy bots. Because it's just like, hello, I'm announcing that I am a bot. Alright, honey, let me throw the rest of your food down, and then we will actually start on this gnome. For realsies. One moment. I am definitely not a bot. See, now I have to look up what that actually translates to, because I would love if that was a code. Like, if that actually meant something. So I have this color out. Should we randomize our gnome? I feel like we should. I still have this out, but I feel like it needs a fresh pick. Right? Throw it in there and just... Okay. Now I have to show you like this so you can see that my eyes are actually closed. 1, 2, 3. Oh. So I threw the colors back in and I picked them again. Okay, one more because I picked the same color twice. Yes. Are you... So I'm guessing that this is the color of the first gnome. We can make another one, but I'm thinking hat. Hat with the purple and green, and body with the green. So like this, or the other way around. Green as the hat, multi as the body. There's literally only one more little bit of this green color. Like I picked every... Okay. That sounds about right. Yeah, the body is covered a lot by the beard. I agree. All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant Norman. I just came across the giant Norman pattern. Gnomes. 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 What is a giant Norman? I'm so glad you asked. This is a giant Norman. Giant Norman is a 3-foot tall giant gnome. Based off of, you know, normal size Norman. So, yeah. Exactly. Normal Norman and giant Norman. Is there a big Norman? You know what? There's not. There's not. There is a micro Norman. There is a micro one who is like the size of giant Norman's eye. Oh, goodness. Updated your journal and Christmas gift planner today. I have not done that at all. So yeah, here's all the Normans. And I also, let's not forget, we do also have Beach Norman. who is in his little swim trunks and has a little life ring. Oh, goodness. Okay. Norman had a little... He had an adventure on my Instagram. And he became very popular. We have, like, Norman merch, too. He's some of our emotes. He's a popular little fella. We had a whole cross-stitch pattern series with him last year. Hey, Brian. Bought a thing from Etsy that you could print. Oh, that's cool. It's for your mom's cat whose name is Norman. Amazing. Give you new gift ideas. Oh, I'll sort the rest. Yeah, I haven't done that. Oh, hello. I'm so sorry. I put my notebook on your sleepy spot. Come here. I know. I'm so sorry. I am a terrible human being. A lot of handmade gifts to make. Yeah. Hi. Can you come over here? Or come over here. She says, no, I can lie down right here, though. Do you want to come here? Kept stealing the blanket you made for her. Oh my god. Come on down. Hello, baby girl. Oh, hi. You want attention, so I'm gonna give it to you. She's like, please, mother, not like this. Hi. Was so pretty. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Crispy. Welcome back. This is what you wanted. She says, no, the straw is what I wanted. Hi, Opal. It's fine. I can work around this. We love a challenge. Give attention, Mama. She's like, I'm here and I am still cute. You are so cute. You're so pretty. Yeah. I'm here to make your life have meaning. She says, I lived outside for 4 years. I want all the attentions. All of them. I have 4 years of attention to make up for. You will worship me. Hi, Warrior Queen. I literally love that cat so much. Oh, my life. Yeah, no. Hi, Bree. Welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, Artemis, she said hi to you. Bree said hello to you. Not me. That's fair. Honestly. So, one thing I have found with the cotton yarn is that it doesn't really hold the cat hair too much, which is quite nice. It comes off very easily. Oh, thanks. It's called, I washed it late last night and went to sleep on it. Probably. I was on the phone earlier today with insurance because I had questions about coverage. And that's when our house phone rang. And the way that I ran to pick up the house phone and slam it back down so that it wouldn't ring and Patch wouldn't, like, scream. I'm like, this poor person who's answering my questions is about to get, like, an earful because he was sitting right next to me. So he had, like, the littlest, like, argh. She's just sitting on the armrest. I was on, like, the couch and I literally, like, I almost jumped over the back of it, but I decided that that would probably not end well. So I did just, like, run around it. Yours are pretty fine and not as curly as your hair. Oh. You are very lucky. My bangs are just as curly as my hair. So I do blow dry my bangs straight after I shower. Otherwise they would be very, very curly. Now what I need to do is invest in like a silk, like, sleeping cap so that the curls don't get ruined when I sleep. 'Cause yeah, it's hard. Once I, like, brush my hair, it starts to become wavy, but it's, like, poofy wavy for a while until some of, like, the oil in your hair, like, kind of works its way back through. Excuse me. And my hubby is, like, the sweetest, and when we snuggle at night, he gives me hair pets. And so, you know, that kind of messes with the curls a little too, but I'll never complain about that. That's so relaxing to me. You love my streams? Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. I saw this thing the other day and it gave me, like, a really great perspective because, you know, I know I've talked with you all before about, where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. How Twitch is, like, very numbers driven and it can be really hard, like, mentally. And I saw this thing on Twitter and I was like, dang. And I saved it because it was so good. And it said, hey you, there are 9.2 million active streamers on Twitch and you're someone's favorite. You've provided laughs, insight, companionship, and that's amazing. Look at how far you've grown. Look at what you've accomplished. So tell your brain to chill. And I saved it because I was like, you know what? Like, right, I'm not going to be everyone's favorite. I'm not going to be everyone's first choice, but someone looks forward to these streams just as much as I do. And that's pretty cool. Hair pets are the best, agreed. Not as bad now, still irritating. That is annoying. October? That's so... That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm glad. Fireworks for Halloween. That's interesting. I've never heard of that. You're my favorite. Oh. Like right now, Bandit, you're getting that much snow? Oh my goodness. Well, stay safe. Holy cow. You got snow this morning? We're not quite that cold yet. So James and I, well, I have decided that we're going to build like an enclosure for our veggie garden. Like one that has like chicken mesh and, you know, like stapled in place. Because we've been using this bird netting, right? Because otherwise we get a lot of animals that come and just munch on our fruits and veggies. And, you know, we don't mind, like, if there's one that isn't, like, in great shape, we'll leave it out for the animals to take. Like, that's fine. But, like, you know, they come and they eat, like, one bite out of everything, like a toddler. We have never had issues with birds getting stuck when we've used the bird netting. This year we've had 3. We had 2 this morning. And so I'm like, we have to build like something that doesn't have this flimsy netting, because all I can picture is maybe the wind blew it and they got in and then they couldn't figure out how to get out. We got all of them out fine and all of them flew off and were okay, but each time has been one of those like, well, thank goodness I was walking over in that direction, because otherwise I might not have noticed for like another day or 2. So... Oh, no, I wouldn't want to either, Bandit. But why? Why do you have random bursts of fireworks? Oh yeah, Megan o'clock! Stop it. Oh my god. Megan o'clock. That is the cutest thing I think I've ever heard. Huh. So people just decide to be sporadically setting off fireworks just because they're not illegal? That's interesting. All right. Weird reason to do it, but I like this stream. It makes it easier to get my own projects done when I don't feel like I'm doing it alone. That is one thing that I definitely know that my streams can be kind of quiet chat-wise, and I also know that the reason for that is that many people are working on projects with me and can't necessarily type. So I try and keep conversation up just so when you're like sitting there listening, you know? But I love that about it too. I can get certain projects done much quicker when I'm on stream because I'm not getting distracted or looking at, you know, Instagram or Facebook or whatever is distracting me. Hey, Wish. Happy Monday. Gotten a lot of work done with, oh, yay. That's good. I leave for work, but today, oh, nice. Are you doing anything, or are you just like sitting? I know there are times when James gets like his day off and he's like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit and watch TV and nothing else. Starter packs on Amazon, not sure if they're worth it. You're welcome to share a link if you want here and ask. I definitely have, you know, like honestly, you could just go to like a craft store. I'm not sure where you're located, but you could get, you know, fairly inexpensive stuff. Like you get Red Heart yarn if you're in the US, which is pretty inexpensive, and you know, you can make a lot of things with. And you can just get like a Susan Bates hook or a couple of them in a couple of sizes, and just try, because then you haven't invested too much into it, and then when you're like, dang, I really like this, you're in Dublin. Well, I cannot help you there with what craft supplies you're gonna find in your store. That's a little different. That's so cool. About true days off is planning not to plan. Just going where the day takes you. Took your daughter to the doctor and started a granny square blanket. Nice. That's actually what this yarn is from. Was a granny square blanket that I was going to start, or that I had started, I should say, way back in my early crocheting days. And it's all cotton yarn, and I didn't really want to continue working on it, so I frogged it. And then I had all these little scraps of cotton yarn that have been sitting, and here we are. The scarf yarn is nice. Yeah. Words gives you, yeah, I agree. It's nice to have like that little break with words. Wool Warehouse is a good place. Okay, little gnome hat. Perfect. When I forget where I put that in like 10 minutes, you'll remind me, right? You'll remember me, right? It's Monday, Megan. Your brain is not meant to be checked out. She will find it. She'll play with like the string. Yeah, so you don't have to necessarily start off with all of the hooks. That's why I was saying, like, you could definitely get, you know, yarn and hooks for much cheaper. And I don't know, like, everyone's different, but personally, I learned with YouTube videos, how-to books would not have helped me. But like a G or an H hook are normally good places to start. They're not too big, they're not too small. You can easily make like a scarf with it, or granny squares, or things like that. I learned better from YouTube videos. Yeah, I did too. Now, some people do learn better from books and things like that, so that's why I don't want to be like, that's not gonna work. Hi, So Crafty, welcome. You learn with written tutorials? Yeah. That's true too. Some places have like almost like classes at like a library or something like that where you can just go. That's true too, yeah. Like YouTube with like, if they have like a written pattern and they're doing a video, there is, I can't, oh goodness. What pattern is it? It's a blanket pattern. It's very complicated. And I learned so many stitches with that one. And the majority of how I learned them were watching. They did like a YouTube alongside of the pattern. There's no way I would have done it otherwise. Just because like there were so many stitches and like techniques that I'd never heard of. I feel like we've bombarded. I'm so sorry if we've overwhelmed you with information. Yeah, I mean, that's true too. We're also always here. There's a spot in the Discord for it too. Like if you have questions and I'm not live, there's like a Let's Learn Craft section and you can share what you're, as long as it's not a paid pattern. Don't share paid patterns. If you have like a question about a specific line from a paid pattern, you can ask like, what does it mean when it says like the wrong side or whatever. But yeah. I mean, it sounds like the perfect time for procrasticrafting. I find that Facebook crafting groups can be kind of gatekeeping, but the right ones aren't. Like, I've left a couple where people are like, your cross stitches look awful. You should do them like this. And I'm like, first of all, that person didn't ask. Like, if someone asked, like, hey, how can I improve my art? Okay, that's one thing. But, like, don't just be like, ew. But I will agree that, like, crafty Twitch, crafty Instagram, I've had nothing but great, like, experiences. It's just, like, Facebook groups where people can get, like, and not all of them, it's just some of them, and you're like, alright. Dang, I really thought this was going to be enough of this yarn to make a face. But I'm gonna have to join another one of these beige colors. Not broken, but badly sprained. Ouch. Oh gosh. That's the worst. It's like when you bite your cheek in the same spot like over and over again and you're like, dang it, stop. I'm glad that she's okay. It's a largely well, yeah. Not for the wallet though. Yeah, I will say that crafting communities in general are very welcoming. Like the toxic spaces are are easily avoidable. Like, you might end up in a toxic, you know, gatekeepy kind of crafty spot, but for any one of those, you're going to find like 10 that are wonderful. Facebook is so toxic. You're not wrong. Although I will say that Twitter is the most toxic place I've ever seen on the internet. No worries. I will be here. Making the gnome. Unless it's stretch break time. Twitter is the bad place. Like, I know that I might be able to grow more if I posted on Twitter more, but I don't... It's just not worth it. And I discovered that YouTube and pet videos equals lots of judgmental jerks. Because I have a pet page for Maple. And I was like, I'll just cross-post them on YouTube because it's already done. And the amount of nasty comments that people would just post. And I was like, nope, not doing YouTube. Can't keep an eye on every, like, I just can't. I can't handle it. Twitter, yeah. Like, you might get, like, a good person or two. Instagram is definitely better. Definitely. Like, you might get, like, a nice person or two for, like, from Twitter, but I feel like a lot of, I don't know. Like, into the community, I mean. Yes, I use Twitter for information from, like, creators of shows I like to watch and things like that. I do post on it every now and then. It is rare, but I do. It drills it down. Yeah.
I found my people.
Army, welcome in. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say the second part of your username, but please let me know. I'm really bad at usernames. They stress me out because I have anxiety. And I'm always like, oh my god, don't mess it up, Megan. And then I look at something and I can't say it. Twitter memes, but that's it. That's fair. There are some good memes out there. Or just recycled Tumblr memes. I'm like clenching my jaw and I don't know why. I did it again. Like, relax. You're hanging out with your friends in your office. Chill. So I actually, and I'll talk about this because it needs to be normalized, but I am looking at getting back into therapy. And I'm excited about that. I really hope that it'll help. I know it wasn't a stretch, but I'm going to stretch to try and unclench. That's pretty accurate, Brie. I saw that. I saw that in the music section. That's really cool. Very impressive, too. I know the therapy comment might have been random, but I was just thinking that with like my clenched jaw. That like I hope that I can get some stuff to help with like my anxiety in general. Get back out again instead of never leaving the house, you know. And it's also just to help normalize it, because honestly, everyone could use therapy. Super important. So Echo, I honestly can't. However, we do have to see if there's anyone covered by our insurance, because then we kind of could. However, if I can't, I was looking into BetterHelp. And it is $65 a week. As someone who paid close to $200 a therapy session before, that's a lot more doable. Now, I know that that's still a lot of money, but I just know that it's not like $200 worth of therapy a week. If that, I trust me, I know that $65 a week is a lot of money. But it was shocking to me that it could be so affordable. Still too expensive, and I definitely get that. I absolutely understand. We're definitely trying to figure out all the books, if you will, because it would just be better. I feel like our quality of life would be better. I'm just really tired of being too afraid to leave my house. Like, I used to have, I had struggled with going into stores and things like that starting in like 2018. I don't know if that's because that's around the time that like my parents moved, we were starting to look at moving. I don't know if it was just a lot of like change and I was struggling with it. But I used to never have a problem. And now my husband went to a friend's wedding. I didn't. I couldn't even go to pick up Chinese food with him the other night. And I don't want that anymore. Like, I'm tired of crying in the car or having panic attacks. And yeah, I definitely, to me, I want to talk about this sort of stuff and normalize it. I don't want anyone to feel that they're alone or that therapy. God, I hid that I went to therapy as a kid because it was like, you're crazy. I'm using air quotes if you're not looking. If you go to therapy. And it was such a hurtful stigma. It feels like it's a lot better now than it was. But I don't know. I just don't care anymore if people think that I'm nuts. Like, I'm sorry, Pixie, that's hard. Open Path Collective. Interesting. Yeah, I will say that our insurance, if we can find someone in network, it could work. But I have to find someone in network who does telehealth. Because I wouldn't be ready to go to their office yet. And that can obviously be hard to find someone accepting clients and specializing in like the things that I need. I kind of want to try BetterHelp, but I don't know. All of it is just a lot. But you are definitely not alone. God, I almost dropped yarn on the sleeping cat. That would have been that. Would have been the end of that. Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. There we go. No, for sure. So one thing, if you don't know this about me, is that I do have my master's degree in counseling. Like, I went to school to be a guidance counselor. I am a licensed guidance counselor. I have my license still. So I definitely have, I think that's what gets like frustrating too, is like, I have all these skills and know, you know, ways that I can try and help myself, and it's just not working. And it's frustrating. Like, as counselors, as therapists, like, you're required actually to see another counselor. It's like a never-ending cycle, but you are required to go to therapy when you are a counselor, because you deal with a lot. You take, you know, a lot of info in, and you need to kind of talk about it somehow. So yeah, it's definitely like frustrating to me that I can't even like use what I went to school for. And it was, oh my gosh, so the other day I was cleaning out my closet. I was organizing. Uh-oh, what happened, Kat? And I came across my old, like, when you would go on interviews, and when I applied for my master's program, I had to have examples of my work, and I had to have letters of recommendation, and I had to have all of these things. And I found it the other day, and I cried. Like, a lot. Because I feel like it's so far from where I was. And it's a really, really weird, it's so weird. Like, I feel like I'm such a far away person from where I was, and I hate it. Oh, look, see, I almost forgot where I put that hat. I remembered. You know all the answers, but you need the relationship with someone external to guide you and aid you in doing the right, yeah. Or for someone else to be like, hey, have you thought about this? Because, like, yeah, we might have the training, we might have the know-how, and we might have, you know, years of experience, but we also don't necessarily think of everything. Which is also why therapy is good, to talk about, you know, well, hey, I'm going through this right now. What do you think? All sorts of backwards. Oh no. Kick it. Yeah, this is the first time in years that we've even considered me being able to find or afford therapy again. Because we definitely haven't, it's not been an option. It's hard to think logically. Or to give yourself your own advice. See, that's the thing, is that, like, I feel like a lot of us are really good at giving advice, but we're really bad at taking our own advice. Like, focus on breathing techniques, and I'm over here like, blah. Like, I can't remember that. She's smiling and laughing. Oh my gosh. She likes this. Very good. She'll be a crafter. She'll be a crafter one day. I have to keep going with new research, and yes. So I have to continue my education as well because I'm not actively practicing as a counselor. In other words, I'm not actively working in a school as like a guidance counselor. The amount of continuing education credits I need are a lot less because like it's one of those, I guess, when you're practicing, you know, a lot of it's covered by like schools or things like that, and it's just not. And you do have to pay for a lot of these continuing classes. So like my licensure is like my license is still up to date. I'm still credited. Although I do have to look at when I need to do my classes by. Even though I don't know if like I want to keep doing that, like even if I do get better, like I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. But I do want to keep on top of that in case I do decide that that's where I want to go back, because I do not want to have to take my classes again. I don't want to have to take that 3-hour test again. Nope, absolutely not. Look through the stuff and get it sorted, yeah. That's easy, I'm never go- It's a very interesting, like...
I found my people.
It's a really interesting challenge. Miss Toast, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. It's very interesting to think. I saw this thing once that said, like, who would you be if the world didn't tell you who they thought you were? Because for as long as I can remember, everyone has always been like, you're so great with kids. Like, you should work with kids. You should teach. You should work with kids. I don't know what I would have chosen for myself without all of that external input, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know what career or you know, ultimate dream job would have been. I just have always been like, okay, I'll be a teacher then. And then I realized that what I really like doing was helping kids. And as someone who really depended on their guidance counselor a lot, I loved that. I loved when I was interning and helping. And I mean, that's what I don't mind ever, you know, talking here, helping other people. Obviously, you know, avoiding triggering topics as best as we can, just because I'm not actually your therapist, but I never mind, like, listening to people and, I don't know, just being, like, an ear, if that makes any sense. Those are slightly different greens. Have enough credits to be a substitute? Oh! Make it very hard, yeah. No, I get that. I definitely get that. Living through you and all that, But it's not a dream, yeah. But, like, do you know what you would want to do? Oh, shoot, ads. Okay, wait, I'll be right back. Sorry. We were in such a good conversation. Words felt bad after how it bullied us those first few rounds. It was like, I'm so sorry that I gave you nothing but difficult words. Here's some easier ones. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that ads were about to run when we were like diving into what we were talking about. If you missed it or you came in and you were like, ooh, I have something to say, I was talking about the fact, like, it's just an interesting idea that so many of us choose careers and jobs based on what other people have said. Like, I was saying, how everyone's always been like, oh, you're so good with kids, you should work with kids. And so from a very young age, I was like, okay, I'll be a teacher. And it's like, well, what would I have chosen if no one had said you'd be really good at this one or at this thing? So I saw Bree was saying that they're a software engineer after a huge push from your parents, living through you and all that. It pays well, but not the dream. And Georgina was saying that you did choose for yourself. How you ended up with psychology and occupational therapy, I'll never know. I'm the rare one, yeah. Like, it's not that I don't like working with kids. It's just that, like, I don't know what I would have... Like, I might have still chosen it. It's a very strange thing that I'm like, I don't necessarily know. Like, if you asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, or, like, asked me what I want to do now as an adult, I'd be like... Like, I'm quite enjoying what I'm doing now, but I know that that's not necessarily, like, a stable, dependable thing. Just want a job that you're content with, have community in, and yeah. That's fair, too. That's very fair, Brie. Childcare, care, it's not you in any way, and that's, yeah. I needed to be away from math. Yeah, it was funny because I actually started off in college with an elementary ed English minor. Or no, I'm sorry, we had a double major in the school I went to. So I was elementary ed and English. And then I had the worst English professor I've ever... just an absolutely horrible teacher. I hated writing for like the longest time. And so I went elementary ed and psych. And then we started doing, you know, in the classroom student teaching my second year of college, which is great because a lot of places don't start you, at least back then, they didn't start you until like your third year. And we would go into, you know, this elementary school and we would student teach, and we always went during the language arts time. And as I'm standing up there doing like vocab every day, you know, like every week, like once a week the words were the same and then they would change, but like it was the same thing, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, this is not what I want. Like, I want to work with kids. I want to make a difference. And granted, teachers make a huge difference and they're super important, and having a good teacher can change the course of your life. Like, I truly believe that. But I was thinking, you know, what I really want to do is like one-on-one stuff more so than like teaching and reaching kids that way. And I dropped the elementary ed and just went psych, and it was the best. It was the best. I think I managed to switch yours. When you left school... Oh, did you? I didn't know that. That's where the push was way back then? Mm-hmm. What you wanted to do at university at 15. Oh, wow. I didn't know that, Allison. You're good at it, but wanted something more rewarding mentally. Yeah, like, just because you're good at math doesn't mean you want to, like, want to do it. I don't have a dream job. I don't dream of labor. That's so cool, Belzy. Like, that is such a cool job. What you're doing now is your fallback job, Calliope? Is that what you mean? You have a cool job. Not fun. Would not recommend. You can do the coding and database on the spreadsheet, but you were so bored. Interesting. I didn't want this one skill to be my whole personality. This gnome is full of like nothing but fuzzy yarn in his head, and I love that so much. So wait, Calliope, what was the dream job? Or what was the original one if the librarian was fallback? What a cool fallback job. Fuzzy brained. So it's such a mood. I'm also fuzzy brained, it's fine. I suck at teaching, so I went into the same business as your parents. Oh really? They're librarians? Stop, that's so cool. You wanted to do medieval studies. Stop, you're giving him ADHD. Your parents met getting their masters. I love that. That's so fun. I also definitely think, at least here in the US, that trade schools are not really talked about as much, and they are a super important and very much needed, like, further, like, continuing education. Like, so many people are like, you have to go to college, and I'm like, I mean, going to trade school is actually probably a better bet, but coding and things is fun when you're doing what you want with it, but when you're creating things for businesses to use, not so much. Makes sense. Yeah, like, I remember growing up when we were in high school that there were kids who went to VOTech in the afternoon. Like, they were in their, like, core classes at high school during the day, and then they went to VOTech in the afternoon, and they could do things like cosmetology or mechanic. Like, they could work on cars. They did, you know, shop classes and culinary things. And I remember how people always were like, oh, those kids are so dumb because, like, they go to this other school. Like, they're too dumb to be in regular school. Looking back, I'm like, no, they're actually, if anything, they ended up better prepared to, like, enter into a career without, like, an absolute crap ton of debt. Like, a good career, too. And it's so weird how it's so, like, frowned upon here. That, like, if you don't have a college degree, like, it's so dumb. I can't do that, I'll gladly, and do pay people for those things. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget, though, how, like, we all, like, kids would just be like, oh yeah, they're so dumb. And, like, learning about what they it wasn't really explained, I feel like, to us when we were in school, like, what it was that they did when they went. Because, like, I feel like so many people thought, oh, well, they're going to do that because they can't do this. And it's really, sometimes they had, like, a knack for something or an interest in something, and I'd think it's amazing. Not everyone suits per... Yeah. But yeah, and I don't necessarily think that just because like they might be offering it in high school because some people are not as academic, like that doesn't make them dumb or like I don't know. I think that there's just such a stigma about at least like when you were younger in high school. I feel like by the time that you were seniors, you kind of realize that like no, these people are just as smart, but like differently smart, if that makes sense. I know so many people who are self-employed or have built businesses around those skills. Yeah. I think that it's important that people are taught that there's more to life than just school. Oh no. Oh no. At least it was a clean one. I had asked James to fix our dryer because it came apart and I had clothes in the wash that need to go in the dryer. I bet you that he didn't fix the dryer. Or put the clothes that were in the wash in the dryer. I don't know what you call it. The thing that goes, I guess the exhaust. The thing that goes from the dryer out, like for the hot air to be vented. Just yeeted itself. It came out. So. Which would explain why it was like weirdly warm the other day when I was doing like the dryer. When I was like standing over there because I like gave Maple fresh water and I'm like, why is it weird over here? It's like warm and because it wasn't going outside. Expel another. So it doesn't mean if you can. That's, yeah, no, absolutely. I agree, Wish. Push towards graduate job. Now there's not enough people in trade school. Yeah. Same. It's very much the same here. Because the same thing. It was go to college, go to college, go to college, go to college. Like that was it. Like you'll never get anywhere if you don't go to college. And so we all went to college. Aw, no worries, Wish. Thanks for the lurk. No worries. Thanks so much for hanging out. Have a good night. Hello, Sister Coyote. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well on this Monday. Is this a Baby Yoda? It is not. It's a gnome. Or it will be. He has a gnome hat. It's just not attached yet. But, that would be really freaking cute. You can do all the case studies you want, but you'll hardly ever textbook symptoms. Because animals are living creatures. Yup. It is. It's, yeah. No, you're not wrong. Very much a Monday. Put some snaps on a burlap. Ooh, that is an accomplishment. If you have any pictures you want to share, feel free to share them in the Discord. I'd love to see. If you're not there yet and you all want to join, feel free to do so. Just make sure that you read the Welcome Wagon channel when you arrive. Has all the instructions so that you can access all the channels. I have little cat feet in my back. She's like upside down with her head on my back. Sweet girl. That hair that was like in my mouth, just like tickling my face. Sir snores a lot. Amazing. Unimpressive part of the costume. Gotcha. Black on black. Hard to get that detail in photographs sometimes. I get you. That's why the pattern that I did for the cat amigurumi on my website, I wanted to make a black cat originally, and I was like, no one's going to be able to see the details that I'm pointing out. So Spice is a gray cat instead. Thought about doing it in white as well, because the dog's name is Pepper, and like salt and pepper would be really cute. But white is also really hard to like photograph for examples of stitches and pin it this many rows, like white crochet on a white background. Not the easiest. Absolutely, Elf, go back to bed. I tell her they're actually like, yeah, never known a sight. No, just because, yeah, there's no, like, I guess there's textbook cases, but it's rare to have those with animals or people. It's normally some kind of combination. Ooh, that's cool. Hi, Wander, welcome. Hi, Cat, drive safe. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of work. Is that they do not exist. Have some cookies, yeah. Or both. It's like I've seen so many different like takes on this, but like why it's like why do my boobs look like this in a seatbelt? And that killed me. Oh my god, you're right, can't unsee. See if you can finish it. With the shoulder brace on? I do hate when you wear sports bras, though, the uniboob that you can get. End up with one mashed. My mom just sent me a picture, and she says that she's named him George. My mom understands. Or it slides under, ends up, yeah. Always cut into your neck no matter how you sit. I don't know. I feel like anything without an underwire just causes like spillage. You bend over and it's just like, wee! Going on an adventure. And you're like, please stop. Please calm down. It has the, oh really? No matter where you put it. Interesting. And there's my cue to leave, no worries.
What's up?
I texted you, but you didn't answer. What are you doing?
I'm trying to recalibrate the 3D printer because it was off. Why, what's up?
All I hear, beep, 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 and I'm like, oh my
I'll
god.
close my door.
No, it's not coming from your door. It's coming through the wall.
Oh.
What happened, though?
I have no idea.
Well, what's off about it?
The Z offset.
I am. The little scrap ones are filled with other scraps that are too small to make into anything. I like it. It makes them, all these little monsters are full of like scraps from other creations. I think that that's extra spooky. She has like half the chair. Hold on. Let's look at it from this angle. The chair ends right here. She's like, where are we going, Mom? No, you don't need back support. No, she's like, use your muscles, Mom. Sit up straight. Don't slouch in your chair. You can't, 'cause I'm here. It's fine. I agree. You mean... Oh my gosh. Like this? Or maybe... like this? It's fine. It's all fine. I'm fine. Are you fine? It's fine. How do you think we should do the beard for this scrappy gnome? Oh, you know what we could do? Exactly, Georgina. But that would be like really... It would have like no rhyme or reason to it. I don't know if that's the vibe. I'm not sure. But I could. could use like these scraps. Do we maybe pick like a palette, like a color palette, and we do that for the beard, like anything in that color? Or will it look weird to have a bunch of different random colored? It's a great idea. Purples that match the hat. I have white. I have a decent amount of white in here. Hold on, let's make piles of stuff that I have. Random odds and ends. I have quite a bit of white. I've got some teals. I have pinks. White and purples. Oh, a decent amount of purple here. I just worry if it's too sporadic that no one's going to want him. It's a tricky balance, honestly. Trying to make things unique and different, but not so unique that no one has any interest. Oh, hi. Come here. Hi. You can hang out right here, okay? Hang out right here with Mama. Hi, Susan. No, don't go anywhere. Maybe we do the dark purple. There seems to be like a decent amount of the dark purple. What do we think? No, ma'am. No. Hi. You can't be up there right now. There's too much stuff. Yeah, for a beard. We're trying to make the beard out of scraps too. Like I pulled a bunch of stuff. Like there's even more down there. With the white or light purple mixed in. Okay. I think that we'll do the light purple mixed in. Because it's all like the same. You're such a good helper. Thank you. Oh, my baby. Thank you. She just shoved her head in the yarn scrap bag. She's like, what are you getting out of there, Mom? You has treasures? I can have treasures? Don't bite. Oh, goodness me. Okay. Can't reach the camera. Nailed it. First try. Okay. I like that purple pile. It will look very good. I hope. Right? I like this. I think that'll look nice. That's kind of a different shade. Hi. Are you just gonna hang out here? Because that's fine. You're allowed. So what's everyone working on today? I haven't really asked. Excited to see the end product? Me too. She is such a big helper today, y'all. Such a good helper. Hi, Minnie. Artie's so cute. I agree. I agree. She is best helper. Working on Haku today. I have one color to fill in now and some backstitch, and then you'll have a page finish. How many more pages after this one? I know you're getting really close. You want to play with this? You say not anymore, people are watching? Oh, it's a big yawn. Such a big yawn. Very big yawn. Only one left. That's amazing. Cats only want it if they're not allowed to have it. Come here. Come here. Yeah, you're doing a big stretch? Tell me about it. Hey, we don't nibble. No, ma'am. You have sharp teeth. So I had a dream last night that she and Patch met, like without anything in between. And that he was like barking and growling at her and was being all nasty, and she just like smacked the crap out of his face. And he like, he didn't know what to make of it. He like, and she like, don't make me. And I was like, I absolutely know Maple would. I love cat slaps. I do not want your booty in my face, ma'am. No. Don't want your butt there. Why? It's not even your normal 5:30 pay attention to me time. Why? No one wants to see your booty, ma'am. No one wants to see that booty. If I go to like pat Maple's butt like that, like she loves it. She scoots her butt up. If I do that with him, he runs away. He's like, "Why are you hitting me?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." She is lying on some yarn scraps. She did. I feel bad. I did not spend as much time in here with her over the weekend. Like, I tried to still split up my time amongst all the animals. I was a couch potato this weekend, and we just watched a lot of TV and did, like, nothing. And then I felt guilty. Yeah. Learned what a dog was last week at 15 years old. Nah, she's lying down right now. I'm not going to do anything to disturb the peace. The foot wiggle is always there as backup, though. For right now, we're enjoying the loaf. Met a very small dog a couple times, otherwise I've only seen dogs from afar. Yeah. Like, Maple and Patch have definitely seen each other, and Patch and Artemis have seen each other, but it's always been Patch on a leash. So I don't really know. I don't know. I think he would be scared to meet a big dog, yeah. It's hard to know how they all, and see, the main reason why they have not interacted more than that is because Patch does have anxiety and he is a reactive dog. Like, he loses his mind at animals on our television. Like, animals that aren't even, you know, a threat in any way. So we've been working, like, really hard with him on that. Where anytime that there's, like, a dog on TV, and, like, if he reacts and he runs up and barks at it, and, like, we'll call his name, and if he comes back, if he, like, or even just, like, turns back to us, we, like, use a clicker and give him a treat, and it's been helping. So hopefully, like, that can continue. When we had to be like, oh no, it's the puppy show time. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, the puppy show would come on the TV channel. I would leave on for him a lot, and I'd have to go run in there because he'd be like, "Arr." I'm so sorry. Did my fake animal growl startle you? Her head, like, spun, and she looked at me like, what? Growls the second and the third, they are both over it. Yeah. I would love nothing more than to just open my door and be like, figure it out. But I'm terrified. Even though it's, like, normally just bark, you know, like, all bark and no bite kind of thing, I'm terrified of a bite. And I would never forgive myself if anything happened. Or if, like, either of the cats got hurt. It's hard. It's really hard. Definitely too risky. I agree. But the urge is very strong to just be like, figure it out. Like, because we know, obviously, that it's not a big deal. Like, get over it. You're making it. But here I am, you know, with anxiety, and I know that the things that I'm like, that someone else might be like, just get over it. Like, it's not a big deal. Or it's a big deal to me. So I would never just expect him to figure it out or get over it or any of that. It's why we're trying to work with like some more training stuff and, you know, really trying to improve the way he reacts to things. Lots of positive reinforcement. Like the other day, he got protective over a water bottle that he was playing fetch with. Well, the bottle had burst. Like once like air starts to get into the bottle, he starts to get like a little more resource guardy because he knows that the play is going to be over soon because the bottle is broken. And James was frustrated, and in the past I would have been too. And instead I was like, okay, what have we learned? Like, what do we know about his behavior? It's anxiety that's causing it. And I was like, I know that he'll drop the bottle and get, like, a treat, but a lot of times he'll, like, drop the bottle, like, right underneath him, grab the treat and pick it back up. And I'm like, okay, let's do that for a little bit. So I had, like, the treats in the clicker, and, you know, I just held it out. And it's funny because, like, when he first came to get the treat from me, James, like, made a move to pick up the bottle, and I'm like, no, don't. Like, wait. I know that, like, you're trying to swoop in and be like, let's get it while he's distracted. And I'm like, we'll do that, but wait. And so he came, he got the treat, and he went back, and he's like, the bottle's still here. And we did that until his, like, fevered, the bottle's still here, like, had come down. And he was able to, like, focus on me even after he had eaten the treat. And, like, I was able to give him more because he was still sitting and calm. And I was like, now you can take the bottle. And it was huge. Like, it was so great. And so I was just trying to, like, take those things that, for whatever reason, make him, like, no! To, like, try and turn it into, like, a more positive thing with, like, treats or toys or whatever, you know, depending on the situation. But it's hard. It's hard when he gets like that with us because, you know, it's frightening. To keep them away from all other animals. It's hard because they're really sweet to people. They can, yeah. No, I get that, and it's tricky because Patch was not always like this. Like, we made sure he got out and he met people and he met animals and we tried to have him experience as many different things as possible, and he was great. And then 2 years old came, and I guess even in, like, neutered and spayed pets, you know, there's still, like, a hormonal change. And he just became anxious and reactive. Now, I also blame myself for how I reacted to a situation in which he behaved in a way that I was horrified by, but in his mind, looking back, made total sense, and I still to this day, 5-6 years later, I still beat the crap out of myself over. And I think that that's what, like, really just set him off, was because I reacted really badly in a time that he needed me to react not like that. And I think that combined with his age, just, you know, Yeah, and it's funny because I guess some of the things he resource guards don't make sense. Like, it's a broken bottle. We'll play bottle fetch. It's his favorite. He loves bottles. Right, we can buy all these expensive toys to play fetch with. He would just like the empty, like, Gatorade bottle. That's his favorite. Like, we'll still play it again, but, like, when it breaks, it, it gets sharp. Like, when it pops and, like, they kind of flatten it, it gets sharp in places, and he's cut his lip before, and it's like, we're not gonna do that. So we need you to understand that, like, this is not a good resource to guard. Got a boogie. Okie dokie. See you later. Love you. Bye. With a Pepsi bottle stealing from his hand while he was drinking. Oh no. There was one time when we were in our apartment that I remember him doing that. Like, I was finishing a Gatorade and he was like I'm drinking from this, and he was like, but I can have it.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
It's a raid! Where are we with ads? Ooh, okay, we're about to have a stretch break come up. Oh, this is like a random... This is not a scrap, it's a... It was like a claw or a horn or something that I didn't like. So that goes into the misfit bin to eventually become some kind of terrible monster. Welcome, Raiders! How was your stream today? What were you up to? Thank you so much for bringing everyone over. Oh, she's on her heated mat. Good job, sweet girl. So proud. Welcome in though, everyone. My name is Megan. I am a neurodivergent variety streamer. I mostly cross-stitch, crochet, and knit. We do other crafts here and games sometimes. I use she, her pronouns, and I am making a little scrap gnome. I have this bag of cotton yarn that was from an old project that I didn't like, and so I frogged it. And I've been trying to figure out what to make with it. And it's spooky season, and so making little scrap monsters just out of, like, the yarn, I've been loving it. So that's what we're doing. Making and decorating lemon sugar cookies. Ooh, that sounds delicious. I'm so sorry you started to have anxiety. I understand. I had a bit of anxiety earlier in my stream myself. I hope that you are able to just decompress a little bit. But thank you so much for bringing everyone over here. If you need to do any post-stream self-care, please make sure that you do that. But you are always welcome to just hang out and relax with us for a bit. I made sugar cookies the other day and I'm almost out and I'm so sad. I love cookies. Can we get a shout out, please? Oh, okay. We are having ads right now. I once again missed the warning announcement. So we are going to play some words on stream. I will be right back. Woot woot! Nicely done. We almost had that last one too, 100%. So close. But that is amazing that you have raised, hold on, how much? $364 in 2 days of streaming for the Hurricane Ian relief. That is amazing. Congratulations. That's awesome. That was quick, it was. While I was stretching, I got like a political campaign phone call, and so I always feel bad because I know that it's someone's job, or maybe they're volunteering, and so I never want to be like, and I'm like, oh, you know, if you could just put me on your do not call list, I would appreciate it. And she was like, sure, no problem, so sorry. I'm like, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And she's like, you too. Like, there's so many people who are like, put me on a do not call. And I'm like, okay, like, still a person. Don't want political calls, but like, between you and another streamer, right? No, but that's still amazing that between the two of you, you've raised that much so far. The goal is 2K. How long is the campaign going? Like, is it a week or 2 weeks? Three weeks, that's awesome. I made 4K, wow. Politely told them to put me on a do not call list, and they keep calling. That's, that is definitely the only time that I get frustrated, is when, like, you've asked, and you've asked, like, nicely a couple of times, and then they continue, and you're like, listen, I know that it's not you, personally, but I had asked, like, several times, please, like, remove me. It's, you know, like, it's so easy to just be cranky and mean, and I don't know. Like, I can't imagine anyone being like, man, I want to be a telemarketer. That's the dream. So I just try and treat them, you know, they're people. Like, now if they start to get like, well, just hear me out, I'm going to be like, no, see, I asked and I'm going to hang up. Like, same thing with like the door-to-door, like if someone comes by, you know, sure, I'll take your card if like you're wearing like, or have like I need to see that like you're actually from a company instead of like, you know, some random person trying to be a jerk. But like, yeah, sure, give me your thing, tell your boss that you gave your card out to me, you know, like whatever. Because like, I get it, it's all numbers driven. People donated because they love seeing you embarrass yourself by doing the chicken dance. Hey, you know what, I get it. Those incentives help so much. And people really do enjoy seeing either, you know, something embarrassing or getting, you know, some kind of entry to a prize or so, you know, whatever. It just makes it fun. So I get that. Knocks down door, I am here. Hello. Those people have bills, exactly. And receive no political and no more. Yeah, see, I feel like we need to do that every couple of years here. And I'm not registered with either political party. Like, I'm registered as independent because I don't vote based on party. I vote based on what the people are saying and how, like, who they are, like, what they're representing, if that makes sense. Like, by the way, let's try and not go into politics too much here, because that kind of conversation can get very heated very quickly. But took a sales job for an insurance company. Turns out it was basically a telemarketing job, and it was not good. He lasted 2 weeks. I believe it. It is not a job that... No, I get that. I remember, like, growing up, my dad would always do, like, funny voices. But again, to me, someone doing, like, a silly voice or, you know, just being polite can really help someone who's doing, like, this job that they're just, like, not about. Like, I had to talk to someone today from our insurance, and, you know, that is never fun. I hate talking to people from insurance. It's always such a pain. And there was like oh, you know, at the end of the call, you might be asked to do a survey. Well, this person was very helpful, and so I did the survey because, you know, there's so many times when people just do the surveys when it's like a negative experience. And it's like, no, you know, like this person was great, very helpful. And I did, like, there was if you would like to leave a message further about this, like, call, please do so now, beep kind of thing. Instead of just like the press 1 for this, press no for that. And I was like, you know, the person was very helpful, got what I needed, like, we got it all figured out, but their phone line was horrific. I was like, it is not on them or their customer service, but their phone was breaking up, so, like, their words were repeating. It was so weird, and it was like an echo. That's what it was like. And so I mentioned that because I'm like, this person was very helpful, but the phone, might want to get that checked out. Now, it was one of those, like, they told me that the survey was, like, 5 questions, and I was like, I can do a 5-question survey, because I can't tell you the number of surveys that you are like, yeah, I'll do the survey, and they're, like, 30 questions long, and you're like, I can't do it anymore. I just can't. Not one of my, yeah. I just have seen conversations become too heated. And I know that there are sometimes that people are like, well, if you say no politics talk, then that means that, like, you won't talk about, like, important issues. Now, that's not the case. Like, because human rights, that should not be a political thing. It's just mostly like, my person's better than your person. I don't want to talk about. Or like, this person's done no wrong, because that's not true of anyone. A good survey is a short survey. It is a real thing. Absolutely. 100%. Like, you're much more likely to have people complete a survey when it's, especially like when it tells you, like, I hate when they're like, oh, it'll be 5 minutes. Whose 5 minutes? My 5 minutes? Or what you think is going to be 5 minutes? Like, 5 real minutes? But when they say, oh, it's a 5-question survey, let's do it. Heck, even a 10-question, I'd be like, bring it on. When it's like, it's going to be 5 to 10 minutes, and you're like, suspicious. I call something. Trying to find ones that are already the right length. Don't think you've ever seen it. Yeah. That's why my gnomes are more expensive. Like, than other things their size. Because without the beards, like, if it was just this, they would be less. But the beardening takes a while, because not only is it this, but then I have to fluff it by pulling the strands apart. Now, Norman's beard is extra fluff. There's, like, levels. There's, like, extra floofy, and then there's, like, the in-between floofy. Like, I think... Let's see. The green gnome on my website, who has been around for a year and a half, his beard is like the in-between floof, maybe? No, maybe it's the full floof. No, it's the full floof. Never mind. Just kidding. You know that we still have some Halloween goodies on the website, y'all? We have the jack-o'-lantern, the poison apple, the candy corn bee, and we have the blue crab and the sandcastle from the The summer sale. Big floof energy. Yup. I'm so surprised that there's still Halloween creations. Still spookums in the shop. Some of these are short. I don't know. Oh, okay. Yes, you did. I saw it when I wasn't at my computer, so I couldn't check on the shipping and all of that other stuff, but I can do that today. Thank you for reminding me. No, thank you. I appreciate the reminder, because I did see it and then I didn't respond. Like a dummy. Yeah. No such thing as too much fluff. No such thing. Poof, it's gone. Mm-hmm. Yep, once that little notification alert thing is gone, so too is my thought process. I often reply in my head and then forget to actually reply. Unclench and quench, that's a good idea. Everyone hydrate and relax your shoulders. If they're up by your ears, why? Try and relax them. Hi, that's me. Same. Trust me, if I'm calling out anything, if I'm saying like unclench your jaw and relax your butt cheeks, I can promise you I'm not saying that because I'm blaming any of you or calling you out. I am doing those things. So, and I figure if I am, someone else probably is too. Happy Monday, DJ. I absolutely love that she has finally figured out the heated mat. Look at her. Oop. That mat is from K&H Pet Supplies, and I love it because, like, a lot of heated mats or heated things that people use for pets aren't necessarily meant for pet usage. And that only gets to like a certain temperature, so it's pet safe, and I love that. It's supposed to only like turn on when they're lying on it, but it's just kind of on all the time, like at a low setting. I think it gets warmer when they lie down on it. But that was inside of the heated house that Maple used to sleep in. There's 2 that we have. The person who bought it for Maple bought him a second one to put in our basement. So when he came inside, he would see like a familiar place to lie down, and I thought that was the sweetest thing, and he did. And then once he like settled in full time, he stopped using one of them. Like we didn't have both plugged in because it was just unnecessary, and he would only use the heated one. So I took the mat out of the other one, and because I noticed that like when it started getting colder, she started like kind of snuggling more like on the chair and like trying to bury her head more. And I was like, I wonder. And it took her a couple of days. It took her a little while to figure it out. And it was funny because like I had opened the door the other day to come into my office and I didn't see her on the chair. Like I try and peek in before I open the door in case she's pooping. I didn't see her on the chair, so I figured, I'm like, oh, she's got to be using the bathroom. So I like closed the door real quietly. I'm like, I don't hear her. So I pulled up, we have a camera in here, and I pulled that up and I'm like, I don't know where she is. And I came in and she was on there and I'm like, she just had figured it out. Every time it's me realizing I'm doing it, and so I'll remind everyone else too, yeah. It's where your shoulders always have been. I don't know what it's like to not clench. I feel like if I actually relaxed and unclenched everything, I would absolutely become a puddle, just like fall apart. Like that'd be it. 5-minute meditation after lunch every day. Oh my God, that's amazing. I wish that we had had stuff like that in school. That's fantastic. I mean, you should expect nothing less, DJ. We could all use a heated mat, or a heated bodysuit. A heated blanket. I bought a heated blanket on clearance. Like, it was just it was at, like, Bed Bath & Beyond, and so, you know, they have clearance stuff all the time. And I bought it when I was a crossing guard, because I would have to go out in, you know, freezing weather, and I'd have to stand out there for 30 minutes and cross the kids. A lot of times there weren't any kids there because it was too cold and their parents would drop them off. But I would have to be out there, and I would always come back to my apartment and I would be like shivering. And so I went ahead and I got this heated blanket, and I'm like, yes, best investment. So I would just get in, turn it on, and I'd be like, You need to get one for your 16-year-old cat? I can pull up their Amazon store real quick if you want. I highly recommend. I have used a lot of their products now for our cats. It's K and H, like literally. Everyone okay? Prices have come up a little bit because it is like the cold season, but this one is one of Maple's absolute favorites. Give me 1 second and I will copy this link. It's being done. Hello? There we go. Oh, no such thing as late. You're here, and that's appreciated. That's the one that Maple sleeps in all the time. There's a large and a small. Again, I would take a look at stuff and possibly just keep an eye on prices, because it has, it fluctuates. Now, I will also say that their self-warming things work beautifully. We got those originally for Maple because we couldn't have anything plugged in to the one house where it was located. And the self-warming ones basically absorb their body heat and reflect it back. And that is what he has. Let's see. So he has one on the floor here. But that's his favorite thing to lie on when... That's what's on top of my yarn box in the basement that has, like, a lot of blanket yarn, like big yarn. I have one of those self-heated... You can kind of see it there. And it's just a flat mat, but it absorbs their body heat and reflects it back. And so, like, that one... Those are not that expensive. So if you're looking for something, well, you might want to wait for other things to, like... not be ridiculous. Gets to pick what we want. Oh. Watching butterfly. Oh my god. That is like the greatest idea just ever. That is absolutely incredible. Okay, here, this is like some of the... Honestly, if you click on either of those links and you click visit the K&H pet store, pet product store, you'll find they have a ton of stuff and it's all designed specifically for animals. So again, like the temperatures don't get too hot. Like the water warming bowl that we got when they were outdoor cats still, it was amazing. It would be freezing, there would be snow on the ground, and the water in the bowl was warm. Like, it wasn't frozen, but it wasn't, like, hot. Like, it was, I don't know, it was like a refreshing temperature to get, like, a drink. My mind was boggled. I don't know, I think... Should we do sideburns? Should we go up a little bit? Or just leave it like that? What are we thinking? Leave it like that? It's a gnome. Where are my other scissors? The ones that I, like, was trying not to have the cat knock around. The ones not attached to the lanyard. Well, yeah, he needs to have his beard trimmed now. Okay. That's the first round of cuts. Oh, we got a straggler. Oh, how dare you be over? Oh, don't you know that it is cat appreciation snuggle time? Well, what if the automatic feeder doesn't work? What if it's actually late? What if they never eat again? At least that's what most cats I know seem to think. What if I starve? Ugh, some of this was a little short. Hopefully it works out. Let's try. It is what it is. I can always undo it, but I would rather not. I like that this gnome is like graying slightly because it's got light purple and dark purple. The boy's right, I should stop working. He's like, pay attention to me. Salt and pepper. I'll dye my hair. Yeah. It's like James has asked me before. He's like, you know, when you get like more gray hair, are you going to like dye it? And I'm like, probably. And he's like, why? Just let it be gray. And I was like, oh, I don't necessarily mean I'm going to like dye it brown. I mean that I'm going to have fun and just dye it colors. Like, I might dye it normal colored hair, like normal hair colors, because I might want to try and see what it's like to be a redhead. Or, you know, like, but I don't necessarily think that I'll just dye it brown, you know? They're my unicorn streaks, that's what I say. Because oh, see you later, Belzy. Because, like, once my hair goes gray, I'm just gonna be like, time to dye it rainbow. It's looking awesome, thank you. Easy to dye fun colors then. Yeah, I have never dyed my hair anything because, like you just said, bleaching and all of that. My hair is very dark.
I found my people.
Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. My hair is like very dark, and so it would require a good amount of bleach and all of that. Have a good night, Allison. Thanks for being here. Love you. It was a lot of work. I'm not about that life anymore. Yeah, that's kind of a lot to do with it too. Like, the idea of maintenance. Hooray! Work computers off. Oh, wow. No, I've got grays coming now. I've had them for a little while. Shaved it off. That's awesome. I'm sorry that you got stressed though, and that was what you know. Stress is no fun. But that's badass to just shave it. Be like, heck it. Heck you, hair. Never had the guts to go for it? Yeah. I've thought about it. I worry that I'd have like a weird head. Like, what if my head shape is very strange? What if I look mannish? End up the same way. I've already accepted my fate. Yeah. My mom has always dyed her hair. Like always. I have no idea how much gray is in her hair. Can always try it. Well, that's true. It's either patchy hair or a weird skull. And then there's like, I guess, yeah, you would have to like probably invest in a wig if you wanted to grow it out after shaving it. Because you're gonna have like weird lengths for a while. Kit Kat Mario Attack. That is a fantastic name. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I never really thought about the whole like wig thing. That does make it less scary to like attempt it. I still don't know that I will, but we'll see. Welcome! Are you a crafter? And if so, what kinds of crafts do you do? The way that I'm picturing the Kit Kats doing the Spider-Man meme. So far, every time I go to get it cut, they mess it up. Ugh, that's the worst. I hate that. Learning how to crochet, that's awesome. Are you working on any projects? Or looking for anything? I have some baby things I need to make for some friends. I gotta try and like figure out if they're doing any kind of theme for like their nursery or anything like that. I don't know if I want to do like a blanket or like a wubby. Because they're having twins, so I have to make two. A scarf because it's already cold in Canada. Yeah, I've had a couple of friends in like the Midwest and things like that saying that it's already snowing where they are. And I'm sure it's got to be similar in Canada. Weather has no idea what to do anymore. Nope. No, it does not. Okay. Let's see. All right, what do we think of our little scrap gnome? Do we like his beard? Does it need more up the sides? So cold in the night in the morning and then like 80 or 90 in the afternoon. Yeah, I hate that. I hate when it's like you need to have like 4 different outfits planned for your day because the temperature's just gonna be all over. He's cute. Okay. Hooray! And he's all made out of scrap. Love that. Boop. Okay. So I think that if we did do like a scrappy elephant, that would probably take a lot of yarn. We could. Like, it could be very cute. I don't know if we want to do any other kind of... Oh, you know what? Well, I guess considering that I still have a pumpkin, I was gonna say I could do like a scrappy pumpkin. But I still have the jack-o'-lantern. So I don't think I want to do another like pumpkin. Maybe I'll just do like another kind of monster. I'm just trying to see. Like, I was like, oh, I'll make a scrappy bee, but I have a bee already in the store. Absolutely, yeah. So we have our Dino Buddy. He was featured on Instagram today. We have our little robot, our little boxy robot, who I love. I think is so cute. Like, I just pictured that, like, he hovers, you know, that he just like... we have our scrappy gnome. We have this scrappy monster. We have our scrappy bear, who I just have these ends to tuck in. Like, they're not attached to any, like, they just have to get trimmed. So this wee scrap bear. Little tail. The bear may be your fave. I love the way the color palette looks. A baby bear. The beard on the gnome. And then we have this one who I still haven't attached the space buns down, but that's what we're thinking is that, and I might do like stitching along this, although it's like near the butt, so I don't know if that's gonna look weird. The bear may be your fave, baby bear. Like BMO. And then for the sale, we also have our pumpkin turtle and our glitter alien, who might be one of my favorites with those yellow eyes. So this is the sale so far for the upcoming, this Friday. And like I said, we still have the jack-o'-lantern, a poison apple, and the candy corn bee from the last update. So if you're looking for anything, and there's still the blue crab and the sand castle. Did a weight off your shoulders. Told a guy about your feelings. Oh my goodness, that's always nerve-wracking. It's just always like that, but I hope that you feel proud of yourself for doing that. And yeah. Okay. If I didn't have so many creatures coming already. I mean, do you want me to hold your box? I can hold your box. So yeah, I don't know what else to make us. Like, we can just do more like monsters. Just like make it up as I go along. We can actually start another one. What do you think? Should we start one? I need a bigger space for my ever-growing army. It's true. Don't tempt me. Hey, I will. I am totally fine with people needing time to pay. Like, if there's ever anything that you all see on my website or that I, like, have for sale and you really want it, but, like, you need a little bit of time to pay, let me know. I'm happy to put it on hold for you because as someone who often has to kind of figure out what I can and can't afford, I know what it's like to sometimes have to be like, well, I really want this thing, but I can't have it right now. And it's hard when it's like an artist's one-of-a-kind sort of item. But I'm always happy to put things on hold. We have a new policy that it'll be on hold for a month. And if you don't contact me in that month, that it goes back for sale. Like if you keep an open line of communication, I'm happy to hold things for longer. It's just important to me that like people explain like, hey, I still want this thing. Like, you don't have to explain to me why you need more time, but just like, because I've had people who like forget that they put things on hold. So just like, you know, hey, I do still want this thing. I just need X amount of time. It just got angry storming, like thunder and heavy rain. I don't know where this came from. It's just, oh, hi, Brent, yeah. It's just like, it's so, look at, it's just, oh, my camera doesn't want to focus on things. It doesn't like me. I gotta figure out what cameras focus better. Oh well. I was like, just do it. Proud of you. I kind of want to make something with like tentacles. So maybe some kind of scrappy octopus. Camera, could you please? Or like a jellyfish or something. A jellyfish might work better because jellyfish can have like different lengths. Whereas like an octopus, I would want them to have like a similar length of arms. Oh god, why is it like that? Oh god. Okay. Had a bad storm here earlier. The thunder was shaking the floor. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's weather like this that makes me glad that the cats are inside. That is brave. A cephalopod, please. Jellyfish is cool. Yeah, I think that something that doesn't necessarily have to have like identical, because I have like all different lengths of things, and that could be kind of fun to have something that isn't all like it could just be. Oh my gosh. Cat, I gotta be honest, so many people have explained to me how to say that word. It is a word that I cannot for the life of me remember how to say. Ever. I know exactly what it is. I picture in my mind what it is. I know what it is, but I can't say it. Cthulhu. Cthulhu, yeah. Okay. I'm looking at different, like, cephalopods, honestly. Maybe we'll start with a jellyfish? I don't know, I don't know if that really works with the whole spooky. I mean, it would still be scrappy, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just grab color. What I've often found is that when I do things like this and I just grab colors, sometimes like something just comes of it, but not this. This color doesn't work. See, this is like beachy to me. I do have extra of this color and this color, so if I have something bigger, we could do a scrappy bat. We could do a scrappy bat. I don't know that this is scrappy bat colors. I think I'll put that aside for something else, but I do think that we have some nice, like, dark... We have a lot of dark colors in this. Like, this could be nice for a scrappy bat. Oh god, what am I clicking? Oh, the candle! We could do something with that. What if... Because I do have... Hold on. There's not a whole lot left in here. Let's separate this out real quick into colors. And then we'll wrap up. Just to kind of get an idea of what we have left to work with. Could be a black candle. Ooh. It could. I like the one bit of orange. Don't know what that was. Purple people. I do have a lot of black yarn. Like, that's all black yarn. The squares were outlined in black, which is why there's a lot of it. That's the dark navy, and I have some, like, little bits of it. Little bits of purple. Still more black over here. Red drips on a black can. The angry sky gods agree. They think that would be a lot of fun. Okay, that's what we're working on tomorrow then. Spooky candle. Hang on, I'm gonna take a screenshot. Could you see lightning? Oh, god damn it. There you go. Copy. Things Megan needs to. I'm like, where am I putting this? Okay. I had an idea. You did. All right. We are going to wrap up now, especially because I don't know if the angry sky booms are I think they're just going to get a little worse, which is fine. James is home, which is nice. So that means we can just go watch TV and relax. And all my babies are inside and safe, and Twitch is not muted, so sorry about that. I just opened it in a new tab to figure out who we're going to raid. A cozy night, yeah. Gonna get into pajamas as soon as I'm off stream. 100%. Absolute. Gosh darn it, Nightbot. You know what I should have done? I should have, when the gift subs were part of the discount, I should have gifted Nightbot like a year's worth of subs at the discount. I did not think that through. I didn't think it through. Do y'all want to see sculpting? Like hand sculpting, not wheel throwing. Do you want to see digital art? Do you want to see lace making? Maybe lace making, that would be fun. Let's make sure they're not ending. Yeah, let's go. Hi, hologram, we're just wrapping up. So sorry. Lace. Okay, we shall go there. Thank you all so much for being here today. I appreciate you. I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful time zone. Let's roll some credits. Make sure, friends, that you eat something, you drink some water, take any meds you have to take. Be kind to yourself, be kind to other people. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. We will be working on some more spooky things. Take care, friends. Bye.